What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Raven with my GRANDMASTER. In the last episode, we had two very solid macro games, including a win against a pretty solid Grandmaster Protoss. This gave me a lot of confidence that maybe we can finally make that final push to Grandmaster MMR. Let's do it. All right, first game of the day is against a 5-1-50 Terran. Okay, that's going to be a very tough match for the first one. Now, we did get a pretty favorable map here. Or, well, favorable, like relatively favorable map, I should say. Like, obviously, we're still doing a challenge here, so I guess theoretically there is no map that's favorable for us. But this map, well, I need to reconsider that actually, because we are playing against Terran. This would be a very good map against Zerg, for example, and probably against Protoss as well. You guys might remember me. I think I played some really insane build. Like, instead of the 5cc setup, I did like a 9cc setup or something. I very clearly remember it was this map against a Zerg. I spawned in the bottom left. And my opponent, he tried to attack a couple times, failed. And then he just left. And he said, like, this is so lame or something like that before leaving. That's kind of what I would expect on this map. But against the Terran is obviously different. Because Terrans, first of all, they typically attack before Zergs. So I might even die before I get to a multi-cc setup. And even if I do, Terran has siege tanks, which is... Yeah, I guess it is the best unit at dealing with planetaries. I was thinking what Zerg has. Zerg does have lurkers, which are also really not bad because they kill the SCVs very easily. But I think tanks, with the extra damage against armored and the consistent shots, should be still a little bit better. It's actually pretty hard to out-repair tanks, in case you guys didn't know. Now, I'm going to try something a little different this game. Instead of opening with a fast Reaper, I'm going to open up with a bunch of Marines first. I'm going to scout around my base instead of scouting my opponent's base. It's not really a particular reason that I want to do this right now. It's just I guess I kind of switched it up in my typical TVT play. The most standard move that you can do with your SCV is that you either scout at about 17. That is usually the timing you want to scout at, so you can see if there's like a proxy Reaper on the way. There you go. Now, this map, I have to say, this might actually be freaking impossible to defend this on. I might have to skip the explanation for a bit later, because this is going to be a very tight defense. It's actually going to be quite interesting, because I made Marines right away, which is very unusual. It's not something you see very often. Now, I'm not allowed to make Cyclones or Widow Mines, which is going to make this infinitely more difficult for sure. Now, I have 2 Marines already. My goal here is to not take too much free damage before my bunkers get up. Because Reapers can always heal up, right? Marines can't. Or, well, if you have a medevac, they can, but I'm probably not going to get a medevac. Now, what's cool about this is that this should be a build that I can't stop. Oh, he's going to go in. He's going to lose all of those. Yes, this is so good. I'm very, very happy with this. Those Reapers should have just survived everything, but now instead they're going to die very fast, and that is such a freaking good start for us. This one should be able to be saved by going into the bunker. I can put these 2 over here. And then I guess that was a typical moment where the opponent gets a little overconfident, and that is then what happens. Now, it is a little scary because we don't have any decent transition whatsoever, right? Like, we actually cannot transition properly at all. That is gonna... Oh, barely not gonna die, unfortunately. Like, I can't... Is this 5 Marines? Yeah, I do have 5 Marines already. I can't actually transition from this in anything meaningful. Typically, Cyclone drop, Banshee, stuff like that would all work very well. Ravens, maybe not the best transition here. I guess what I can do is go for double starports early and just try to get a lot of Ravens out. Like, my opponent is going to most likely expand and then make Cyclones. I'm not quite sure what's going to be after that. Like, some people like to go for offensive drops. Some people would rather go for, you know, maybe like a fast Raven on the defense, stuff like that. And I don't think I can really accurately predict what it's going to be. Oh, I actually cannot fly this over. But actually, this could be a good mind game. I'm not going to risk it, actually. I feel like if I try that, then he's just going to steal the reactor, and I'm not going to be able to build from that reactor for a pretty good while. Now, did he see my double starport? I think he might have actually not seen a double starport yet. I think he saw this one, but not the other one, maybe. Like, he's a little bit too far away. Then maybe I can bait him into jumping up. That'd be so nice. Look, there's a Widow Mine over here. He probably has like 4 Reapers or so, I want to guess. I don't think he's actually going to jump into that Widow Mine, though, unfortunately. So he does see the double starport. At this point, he is still not going to know whether this is a more typical, I guess, either mass Viking or couple Ravens together with Vikings play. AKA more classic air control style. or if I'm gonna do something else. Like, I guess this in some way this could be battle cruisers as well. Might be able to get one of those Reapers. He didn't micro that perfectly. Okay, that's nice. Shouldn't have been able to kill that, to be honest. That's definitely a little bit of a mistake by my guy over here. But honestly, I'll take it, guys. I'm not that sad about it for some reason. I'm gonna move this one over here. I think I can salvage those bunkers as well at this point. Let's see, he is gonna do a lot of damage. As long as he doesn't kill that, that's fine. Let's see. Wait, did he? No! Oh my god, he almost died. That would have been so beautiful. He actually almost grenaded himself to death. Now, let's see. I'm going to scan his base. Looks like he's going to go... Yeah, he could have made a cyclone already, I suppose, right? Okay, this is a tough one. Like, if he goes for a cyclone drop and I'm unprepared, we probably just die. That's the thing. But I feel like he shouldn't have been able to get that out. If he's not paying attention, we could finally kill that thing. Doesn't look like it. Like, I don't have any unit that's fast enough to chase a Reaper. He's going to actually try to go there, which is very interesting because now that Reaper is basically sent us to the... He's actually stuck. He's like, the only thing he can do is try to bait the Widowmine shot into my Marines. No, wait. Oh, I forgot he could escape there. Oh, that's my bad. I could have actually moved that Widowmine. Okay, that's definitely... I mean, it's a very small mistake, to be honest, but it is a little bit of a mistake by me. For some reason, he literally passed here. And then I still assumed that he was going to be stuck. I have no idea why I thought that way, but that's all right. Now, I need to make sure that I push my Widowmines forward a little more. Like, I know we got a good start, but if I don't push my Widowmines forward, he's going to be able to move out with his tanks at any point. I'm just going to drop a couple of auto turrets over here. This is going to do a very annoying amount of damage already. Can I kill that Raven? I think I almost killed that. Wait, I can maybe still get it. Yes, please. Raven! No! Oh, that would have been so freaking nice if I could have killed that Raven, guys. Unlucky. Now, I need my planetary up, guys, because without a planetary, I simply cannot defend the push properly, right? So I'm going to get my Widowmines as far forward as possible. Hopefully even further than this. I'm going to start making more command centers. Let's see. He's still chilling at home. That is good news. My army is... I mean, it's 6 Ravens. It's really not, that magnificent, unfortunately. Actually, this could go over here. They can go even deeper than I had initially thought. Let's make an engineering bay already. Now, I could make the choice between making a planetary in front of my natural right away or flying it to the third base first. I'm definitely going to go for the third base this time. Let's see. Okay, so he's moving. This is good news. He's moving slowly forward with his Ravens, which means that I can go in here. Wait, I can block these, I think. Yeah, no, auto turrets can never block stuff. It always disappoints me a little bit. I always feel like I can, but then they don't. Now, this could be... Okay, that looks pretty nice for me. There's a lot of good shots there on those Marines. Those Vikings are also going to fall. I also did a lot of damage with the Widowmines in the meantime. Oh, this needs to be a planetary ASAP. Let me cancel one of my Ravens so I can build this. There we go. And then I suppose we'll just move back. He might be able to kill one Raven there, but at this point... His army is going to be pretty small, but he does still have the siege tanks. That's what sucks for me. Let's see. So his army's over here. I think we're going to have to go for this instantly. This is the only way that I can really deal with this, to be honest. We're just going to go for this right away. I'm going to make sure that my SCVs actually go for the siege tanks here, so I don't waste all of my stuff on auto turrets. He does target down the Widowmines. He actually had a couple more auto turrets than I had anticipated, but if I just kill the tanks over here, this is going to be a good enough trade in the end. I mean, that tank is obviously just going to die to the next auto turret that I drop. There we go. That is going to die, and now I have a hopefully saturated third. Actually, not very saturated at all. 66 supply. Yeah, definitely lost a couple more SCVs than would have been ideal there, but I guess we'll see what it's going to mean in the end. I still have 10 Ravens, which... It's obviously a very substantial Raven count. 37 SCVs sounds pretty dire. But I do have 4 command centers. And even though 2 of these are planetaries, which is kind of unusual, they are going to still be able to build SCVs, even if they don't have mules. SCVs are also, what I need, of course. So let's see, I got 2 Widowmines very far forward here. That's on his third base. Now we know that he actually does not have... oh, he stimmed for that. Okay, that kind of surprised me, actually. I thought I was going to be able to drop some auto turrets on top of the breeze, and suddenly he stimmed on top of me. That is a little scary. But I guess if he doesn't have medevacs yet, then that's just free damage in the end, right? Gonna start spreading a couple more Widowmines over here. I do have to admit I was a little bit caught off guard by the angle he took with those with his army right there, because I really thought he was gonna arrive over on the left side, but then he kind of went through the middle to attack the right side instead, so his army was in my face a little faster than I had hoped. Gonna go for a third starport now. Like, keep in mind, my opponent still didn't take a third base unless he has it hidden. So I should be able to just play the economic game. He's going to see that I have this base now. That is a lot of freaking Vikings. Let me get the hell out of there. We're going to drop a couple auto turrets. He can't actually chase me because I have more than enough auto turrets. But that is something to be scared about. I actually am kind of happy seeing the Vikings because, well, in theory, those Vikings should be better than anything else he can build because they just counter the Ravens, especially combined with tanks and Marines. But it means that I don't have to be as scared for drops. And drops have proven a very effective way of playing against us, right? Like, we had that one game where it was on Amphion. Map doesn't really matter. You probably don't remember the game anyway. But I played against a Stereo that I was honestly absolutely wiping the floor with. And then he went for drops. And even, like, I think it was a 3 or 4 medevac drop. Even that was pretty freaking devastating somehow. What do we do? I think we might go for drilling claws now, actually. Like, if someone is spamming a lot of ravens, I feel like going for drilling claws is the right option. I still don't actually have my 5 command center set up. Like, I don't even have a 50C yet, so that is not as good as I guess we would normally be in, and not as good of a situation that is. Now, let's see. I feel like I can maybe approach from his left side. I do really want to make building armor, by the way. It sounds a bit weird, probably against tanks, but I feel like Marines, like, at some point he might base trade me, right? Because I'm going to keep attacking him with my freaking Ravens, and at some point he might just try to stim forward and kill me because he's tired of that stuff, which makes a lot of sense, of course. Let's see, those Marines are all going to die very fast. The SCVs are probably going to stay alive here, I want to guess. I'm going to go into the main base. I know it's a little crazy, but I want to make the chaos here. So let's see. It's actually going to use an anti-armor missile there, interestingly enough. So all of those are going to die. Get a couple of the Vikings as well. Did he lift his command center? He did actually lift his command center. So yeah, the Vikings have a lot of range, so I need to be so careful. I'm still pretty happy with this move, but we're going to have to play this very well. I can actually just kill this command center, by the way. I didn't even think about it before, but that command center is straight up going to die. How often have you guys seen that? Like, just a normal TVT. Let me just right-click his command center real quick. It's actually only 6 Vikings. It's not as many as I had thought. I can even go for the starport here, I think. He's going to lose a lot more Vikings here, I think. Let's see. That one should die. The other one barely doesn't die. Guess I might as well just target down this starport. Let's get a couple more Vikings as well. Sadly, that one barely timed out. Now, these ones are running out of energy, so the starport dies as well. Actually, oh, this could be a super cool move. I'm going to move these over here. He does have a big army there. Let me drop a couple turrets for this one. I feel like I can maybe bait him over these Widow Mines. That would actually be a peak move. I'm going to make another planet there because I'm scared. Let's see. Is he going to go over them? Not quite. He has a lot of tanks. Does he have 1-1? He does have 1-1 upgrades, so we're going to have to be careful for that. Let's get a couple more turrets here against the drops because he does have some medevacs now. I think we have to move these Widow Mines back a little bit so they can survive just a little bit longer. Stop rallying into your death, please. Much appreciated. Now, let's see. I have about 20 Ravens. 20. Oh, here we go. I think it's actually going to work, right? Yeah, look at that. Oh, the pathing of those Widow Mines, or the movement of those Widow Mines is so good. Every single Viking dies, which is absolutely amazing. He's going to try to stem on top there, but I do have 2 planetaries on that side, so... Actually, oh, even 1 Widow Mine shot is so massive. And now, guys, I think I can actually freaking go for this, you know. Let's see, I'm going to drop a lot of turrets. I have the anti-armor missile already. The auto turrets are dying fast, but I'm trying to drop them faster than they are dying. And there we go. We do clean up the army, and that is absolutely massive. And I'm going to go over here. And this is a good time for me to mine out the gold. The Widow Mines get to shoot again. And there we go. All right. A 5.15k Grandmaster there. And that is a beautiful dub for the first game. And this was actually kind of clean. It was a little bit of a scarier game than normal because we got pushed early on. We went down to 30 SCVs with only about 65 supply. So that was very scary. But our moves were very good. And the fact that we expand faster than our opponents helps us so much. Because here... I mean, we had 4 command centers, so I could make my SCVs way faster. And that's when the harassment skills kick in. It was a fantastic warm-up game. Let's keep it going. The second game is going to be against a 4-6 Zerg player on site Delta. Now, I feel like we've been playing against a lot of Protoss players. Oh, by the way, before I forget, very important, guys. 4.8k MMR. We have officially finally done it. It's taken us a very long time, actually. We've been stuck around this MMR forever, but we have achieved Grandmaster MMR. I think we were about rank 180 Grandmaster with this MMR. Now, just to explain it, because it is actually a very confusing thing, of course. Oh, let me wall on the low ground, because it's better. Grandmaster works a little strange sometimes. So because I do these challenges, I have 3 challenges currently running. That means I only do a Raven Widowmine episode every 3 days, and probably a little more, because sometimes I record another video, right? So every 4 days. That means I don't actually reach the minimum game requirement for Grandmaster. Like, I would have to do like a really big marathon in 1 day to actually reach the requirement. So we're probably not going to get actually promoted to Grandmaster, but the MMR is very clear if we played enough games. And I am obviously playing actively. I just barely don't hit the limit. The limit is quite a lot. You need to play 30 games in the last 3 weeks, I believe, which I usually barely don't reach in these challenges, but very proud of this one. We have done it. Took us a while longer than the No Warp Gate to Grandmaster series. Ling Infestor hasn't quite reached it yet, but it will be awesome if you can do that soon too. But I'm definitely very happy with this, because this was a very tough challenge and Grandmaster have been achieved. So now I guess the next goal is going to be that beautiful top 100 Grandmaster. Now that is definitely going to be, a very tough challenge there, but we have showed a lot of promise. Like, we just beat I guess the last guy was probably top 100 MMR. Not 100% sure about that, but I would say he probably was. We already beat a 5k Protoss player as well. I think we beat a 5k Terran before too. Not quite sure if we've beaten any high MMR Zergs. I know we definitely have in No Warp Gate to Grandmaster, but obviously it doesn't count for this series. Now, oh, okay. Wait, what kind of pool is that even? I think that's a 12 pool, right? Yeah, that is actually a 12 pool. Okay, well, that's interesting. People don't actually 12 pool against Terran, but it's funny because I do. I'm actually one of the rare 12 poolers against Terran. Now, I should be able to hold this perfectly fine. My opponent's actually playing this a little crazy because he's moving away, which is going to allow me the time to wall this off. I don't need... Please, please, 1 mineral. Okay, thank you. Oh my goodness, that's actually way closer than it should have been. And that was a pretty big mistake by the opponent, to be honest. Like, I might still have to cancel the... That was a really big mistake by me. Oh my god, you guys saw that? I freaking kicked... Oh, that is actually disgusting what I just did. I kicked the links? There's no way that's even possible, dude. What the hell is that? Who invented this game, guys? Come on. Who the hell invented this? Now, let's make sure I don't lose the Reaper. If you guys don't realize what happened, my Reaper grenade knocked 2 links over the wall, allowing him to snipe the SCV that was not being very lucky with the RNG. And we are going to find ourselves massively behind after all. Yeah, like, I know this sounds weird because this is a 12 pool, and a lot of people think 12 pool needs to do fatal damage, but I've 12 pooled a lot myself, and I know that this is more than enough damage for a 12 pool, and that we are gonna find ourselves pretty far behind now. So there we go. That was quite a fun and interactive early game there. I have no idea what this Overlord is doing. He's trying to get... That is so greedy. I can't believe he's even... God, this game... I mean, it's only been 3 minutes and 20 seconds long, but it's already blowing my mind. Okay, well, I need to refocus and regain, I guess, because even my mind is a little bit shattered at this point. Let's see what we're working with here. Gas was late, only 70 gas mine, so I can go for a fast 3rd command center there. I don't have to worry about any kind of follow attack too much. We did also kill, I'm pretty sure, every single Zergling. Now, we are going to lose this Reaper, I believe. Yeah, we are going to lose the Reaper, but honestly, at this point, I already scouted everything I need to scout. I can just go for the 3rd command center. Oh, I was going to make a star pool. Excuse me, but the factory was not done yet. And okay, where are we at in this game? It's a weird situation. I think I want to make these extra Marines, and I'm mostly going to do that because it's a weird situation. Very simply put. Like, I cannot exactly read this game. He had just a couple more workers than me, but he did already have 3 queens. But the 3 queens is a pretty decent mineral sink early on. And he also made extra Zerglings. He made 10 Zerglings, right? So that could mean that his 3rd base is later. So I want to be safe just in case. Maybe I'll even make a bunker, because my 3rd CC is pretty early, of course. Now I'm going to send these out on the map. We did kill his Overlord, so he might not even have any good scouting here. Let's get the extra gases up pretty nice and fast. And I guess after this point, we're just going to go for the, 5cc setup as fast as we can. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have anything too cheeky on the way more than anything else. I'm gonna send this over here. I'll make an engineering bay already. So I see there's creep over here. It kind of looks like he doesn't have a 3rd base. Is he trying to go for like a... He could still have the other one, by the way. But it kind of seems like he might be going for... I don't know. I want to guess like a lair with a Nidus or something. That's really the most likely thing I can think of. Unless you have has that base, then it could still be something relatively normal. If he doesn't have this base, then it's actually extremely weird. Let's see. Yeah, he actually doesn't have it. Okay. We're gonna have to change up our plan a little bit here. Because I'm not quite sure how well I can defend anything that comes out of a 2-base Zerg. I guess if it's a Nidus, we can do a strategy that we did before, which is to burrow Widow Mines next to the Nidus, so the units that come out explode instantly. I don't really like the vision I have on this map with the Marines. Because I'm going to send one more Widow Mine out in the middle. There is a Zergling over there that's going to bait that. He also... I don't even know how he saw that one. Okay, roaches. So that is most likely going to be a Nidus. This is really not easy, guys, because normally against the roaches I have the planetary. And this time, well, I have this planetary, but not in front of the natural. So this really is not going to be an easy defense by any means. If it's speed roaches, that's going to be even worse. Let's see. I guess I'll just move my Widow Mines around a little. I do want to get the command centers rather than extra ravens or anything like that. Oh, God. I actually really don't like this situation here. I feel so freaking awkward not having my planetary in the front. I was actually... I don't remember who I was talking with, but I was talking about... Oh, I think it was about... Oh, it was on stream, actually. It was about the most frustrating units in StarCraft, right? And someone mentioned that it was the Terran Ghost, but I thought that the Terran Ghost is not actually that frustrating in itself. It's like the whole Terran turtle apparatus, you know? Like the planetaries, the turrets, the tanks, the liberators, the Widow Mines, and the Ghost, right? Like, Ghost by itself... They just die to banelings or like one fungo or something like that. But a ghost behind planetaries and turrets and blah, 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 that's a whole different story entirely. So, yeah. Without my planetaries, I don't even think I would be anywhere near GM at all with a lot of these mech challenges. So, God bless the planetary. And let's see, I would like to scan his natural as well. Normally, scanning is not that worth, but keep in mind my opponent didn't take any bases early at all. Which means his economy is... Oh, so it is actually Mutas. Yeah, it sucked that we scanned the wrong base there. I should be able to defend these still, but it is just going to be a little bit annoying here, right? Kind of burrow these Widow Mines as well. So my opponent went for 2-base Roach and Mutas. So I thought it was going to be either or, but it was actually both. So that is, yeah, that is quite a build, you could say. Gonna get these up here as well. Try to burrow these. Oh, I actually got some shots off on the Mutas, it seems like. That is pretty nice. Need to make sure I get some turrets around my planetaries. Yeah, sadly, I shouldn't be able to get these, but he seems to be leaving me alone for now, which is really, really nice. It really is. I got a bunch of Widow Mines over here, in case he wants to try enter the main mineral line. That is quite nice. He has a couple Ravagers. Yeah, this game is incredibly strange. You can tell that my opponent is definitely, as a whole, a cheesy Zerg, because the stuff he's doing, it kind of just looks like me playing, you know? Like, he did a 12 full, which absolutely no one does against Terran besides me. And then... Oh, wait, I have to see that I can fly over already. And then he went for a 2-base Roach and then a 2-base Buta. I mean, it really just kind of looks like me. Can't put it any other way. Not sure if that's a compliment or an insult to him, but it is what it is, you know. Now, the sad thing is that I can't really move out. Okay, judging by his Muta count, he wants to go for a Roach Hull instill. That's what I'm reading from this. He is going to take a little bit of damage from these. Why I think that is because to go Mutas, you need to mine a lot of gas. Since he doesn't have a lot of Mutas, he hasn't been spending a lot of gas, which could very well be used to make Ravagers from Roaches, of course. So that is kind of what I think. Does that command center fit? Oh, that barely doesn't fit. Actually, I had Marines coming already, so I didn't need the auto turret, but it's fine. If I get this planetary up, that would also be very, very nice, because you could easily bust this down with a bunch of Roaches. Auto turrets would not be strong enough for that. Let's see. Oh, I already have building armor. Oh, that is so nice. I thought I had to get it after. Here is the Roach attack that I was predicting. I do have the upgrades for my planetary stock kicking in soon. I have a lot of auto turrets here. He is actually taking a lot of damage from these, but the Ravagers are barely winning. But the thing is, guys, if this planetary finishes, then all of a sudden we can actually fight here, which is really nice. Like, this has building armor, guys. It's really freaking strong with the building armor. Look at this. And now I can start firing at the Ravagers. I have the Widow Mine coming up here as well. He's probably really shocked at how freaking strong this is. Sadly, the planetary is going to fall, which means we have to rebuild that command center. I think I'm actually going to rebuild them in the main with some turrets, because if I build them anywhere else, they could easily die. I do not want to lose these Ravens to Biles. That would actually be disgusting if I did, because that's, yeah, pretty much my entire, like, game insurance right now. Let's see, his creep. Yeah, his creep is all the way over there. For a second, I wondered if he was just spreading creep. That is definitely not something he wants to be doing, losing Ravagers. Ravager is 100, by the way. Like, it's literally the cost of a Muta. So every time he loses a Ravager, you can actually see it as him losing a whole Mutalisk is obviously a pretty big deal. Now, we have been put on the back foot very significantly. And I guess from this game, it looks like the cheesy Zerg style is definitely pretty good against us. I mean, we already kind of knew this. Oh, he's actually going to go for even harder of an all-in that I had anticipated. I don't know if I can stop this anymore. If this planetary survived a little bit longer, we would be fine. But I think we are just dead here, guys, honestly. Like, I don't think we can actually defend this no more. I mean, the auto turrets do have the range upgrade now, which is nice, but I'm just going to run out of auto turrets at some point. Without planetaries, I actually don't really think I can stop this. These turrets are doing so freaking well. They are actually doing insanely well. Like, this is so freaking good. What are his upgrades on these? He has 1-1. Like, sadly, I'm just out of auto turrets. Like, I don't have energy for more auto turrets. I think his economy is probably a little too good. Yeah, he's on a saturated 4 base. And this guy just absolutely obliterated us. GG well played is the only thing we can say. Now, I do have to admit, and I'm not exaggerating, if I didn't grenade his Zerglings over the wall with my Reaper, I think we're in a very big winning spot instead of a very big losing spot. So that is obviously pretty important. Now, I wonder if there's something where, or maybe a time where I could have done something different. I feel like if I got the scan on the Spire earlier, I would have taken the bases earlier too. Because notice how I was making the bunker, I was getting the planetary here and stuff. Like if right now he only has 5 roaches. I could have put a CC here, planetary would be up. This base wouldn't die, which means I can make more units. I can make more planetaries here. And then we actually have a chance. So that is also a pretty big deal. Maybe next time, even if I think I know what he's doing, I had a decent idea, but I wasn't exactly right. So next time I should scan. But that is going to be it for today. 2 really fun games. We finally reached Grandmaster Armor after the first one, which is great. Hope you guys had a good time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.